Tesla is not the undisputed king of electric vehicles anymore. For the first time in history, we have a worthy contender giving Elon Musk sleepless nights. This contender is the Chinese EV giant BYD. Based on product specifications, it seems BYD's seal just beat Tesla's Model 3. And believe it or not, this is because of the Chinese government. BYD received the equivalent of at least $3.7 billion in direct government subsidies. This competition is about much more than EVs. It could be threatening numerous American tech companies. Wondering how? Keep watching. Check out a clip from this 2012 interview with Bloomberg, where Elon Musk laughed at the idea that BYD was a competitor to Tesla.
You don't see them at all as a competitor?
No.
Why is that? I mean, they offer a lower price point.
I don't think they have a great product.
He even went as far as saying BYD should be more concerned about not dying in the China market. Fast forward 12 years later, and BYD is beating Tesla in many ways within the EV industry. In fact, BYD produced more than 3 million EVs in 2023, surpassing Tesla's production for a second straight year. This earned them the title of the world's top EV maker. That interview didn't age well for Elon Musk. It is not surprising that Elon Musk laughed at the idea that BYD was a competitor. The fact is, we have all gotten accustomed to Chinese products being inferior and just poor copies of the original from other countries. AliExpress and Temu are Chinese-owned e-commerce companies that sell extremely cheaply made knockoff or duped products that are also made in China. Consuming these products has been a bit of a new norm, especially with sales funnels like TikTok Shop. Speaking of TikTok, we all know the allegations about TikTok trying to steal our data. But do you know who's really stealing it? The answer is data brokers. Data brokers are companies that collect, analyze, and sell personal information to third parties. They gather data from public records, online activities, and purchase history. So, what can you do to prevent your personal data from being stolen and sold? Get Incogni. This service will search its massive databases of data brokers known to collect your information. Once Incogni finds your data in shady places, they initiate automated removal requests on your behalf, demanding the deletion of your personal information. Even after your data is deleted, Incogni keeps watching and keeps sending out new removal requests. They will fight for you relentlessly. So say goodbye to robocalls, spam emails, identity theft, high loan and insurance rates, scams, and more. With Incogni, you get to monitor the process. You'll be able to see potential databases found, requests sent, and requests completed all on your Incogni dashboard. For just $7 a month, thanks to our 50% off annual subscription, you can shield your personal information from the prying eyes of data brokers. Click the link in the description to claim half off this amazing service. Don't just protect your data, reclaim it with Incogni. All right, back to the video. While we are all busy comparing sales of Teslas and BYDs, something bigger is happening. A storm is brewing that will cause a major shift, not only in the tech world, but in global politics. A lot more is happening here. But before we get to it, let's give you a little history of BYD in case you're not familiar. BYD, which means Build Your Dreams, is a company known today as a major player in the EV industry. It was founded in 1995 by Wang Chuanfu, a chemist and entrepreneur. Starting with just 5 employees, Wang Chuanfu established BYD with a vision to innovate in the field of rechargeable batteries. There is a clue in the name of the company. When a Chinese company has an English name like this, it shows that the primary target of such a company is markets outside China. So, from the start, BYD had its eyes on the American market. The company initially focused on manufacturing batteries, a move that aligned with the rapidly growing mobile phone market of the time. BYD's breakthrough came when it began supplying batteries to major phone manufacturers like Motorola and Nokia in the early 2000s. The pivot to the automotive industry came in 2003 when BYD acquired Xi'an Automobile Company and launched its first car, the F3, in 2005. This was followed by the F3DM, a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle, in 2008. Wang definitely got a slice of the American dream he was seeking when in 2008, Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway invested in BYD. This significantly boosted the company's profile and resources for its EV ambitions. It was indeed a turning point. As of 2024, Berkshire Hathaway currently has a whopping 8% stake in BYD. This stake is equivalent to $315.98 million US. Just like Elon Musk, Wang Chuanfu is not a man you should underestimate. He has a knack for succeeding when everyone expects him to fail. Warren Buffett could see this. That's why he said he wasn't betting on the EV market or even BYD itself. His faith was in Wang Chuanfu. BYD's growth into an EV giant is attributed to its extensive experience in battery technology and its strategic expansion into multiple sectors, including automobiles, electronics, and new energy. The company's ability to produce its own batteries gave it a competitive edge in the EV market. Today, BYD is not only a leader in the production of electric buses and taxis in China, but also exports its vehicles globally, contributing to its status as a formidable force in the EV industry. On top of dominating in sales, BYD is extremely innovative. BYD's electric supercar, the Yangwang U9, not only has amazing specs, but mind-bending tech. It clocks 0 to 60 miles per hour or 96 kilometers per hour in an incredible 2.36 seconds. It also has a top speed of 192 miles per hour, equivalent to 308 kilometers per hour. This supercar goes toe-to-toe with established supercars. But that's not all. The U9 boasts a revolutionary DC-6 intelligent suspension. This system can not only adjust to bumps and corners for superior handling, but it gets even wilder. The U9 can actually drive safely on just 3 wheels and even temporarily hop obstacles. This means conquering potholes or uneven terrain becomes child's play, all while maintaining supercar performance. But what really changed the narrative for BYD was indeed something special and unexpected. BYD did something extraordinary. They actually developed original technology instead of just copying what others were doing. This was achieved when the company launched its Blade battery. That was the moment the tech world paused and took notice. BYD had created a battery that was better in many ways than what other EV manufacturers such as Tesla were using. Even more shocking, it was also cheaper. The battery packs in most EVs are expensive due to the complexity and the materials required for their construction. On average, the replacement cost of an electric car's battery can be upwards of $15,000. It's about 40% of the cost of production for many EVs. The batteries are also the most sensitive part of the EV, so sensitive that some EVs are renowned for their fire outbreaks, which are caused by the batteries. Any company that could solve the battery problem could become the king of the EV market, and that is what BYD did. The BYD Blade battery addressed common concerns with battery safety, efficiency, and performance. The Blade battery uses lithium iron phosphate, LFP chemistry, which is known for its excellent thermal stability and safety. It significantly reduces the risk of thermal runaway and is less prone to catching fire compared to conventional lithium-ion batteries. The Blade battery has passed rigorous safety tests, including the nail penetration test, where it did not emit smoke or fire, and its surface temperature remained low. LFP chemistry is not only safer, but also more durable. The Blade battery is designed for an ultra-long lifespan, withstanding extreme conditions such as being crushed, bent, or heated to high temperatures without resulting in fire or explosion. This durability translates to a longer service life for the battery, making it a more sustainable option. But that's not all. BYD's cell-to-pack CTP technology allows the Blade battery to increase space utilization by 50%, improving energy density. What does this mean? It means more batteries can fit in a compact space, providing a longer driving range for EVs. The honeycomb-like aluminum design also adds to the rigidity and safety of the battery. This is where we circle back to the greater issue at hand. Remember what we said about this being more than a threat to just Tesla. Over the years, there have been serious tensions between China and the United States. While the US is far ahead of China in technology, it seems China is not faring badly at all. One battlefront between the two countries is found in the production of the quantum computer. This could unleash unimaginable military power on any country that succeeds. This is a computer that will be able to break the best of our encryptions within seconds. Within mere seconds, it will complete tasks that will take the average supercomputer thousands of years to solve. At this point, you must be wondering what this has to do with BYD. BYD does not make quantum computers or computer chips, but another Chinese company does. And do you know what happened when that company showed they could potentially make revolutionary chips? They got banned in the US. We are talking about Huawei. Now listen closely. Between August 24th and August 30th of 2020, Huawei developed a chip named the Kirin 9000S. This chip powers Huawei's flagship Mate 60 smartphones, but it is no ordinary chip. Despite facing US sanctions, Huawei collaborated with China's Semiconductor Manufacturing International Corporation, SMIC, to produce this cutting-edge chip. Huawei acted as a guinea pig for SMIC's upgraded production lines, playing a crucial role in redefining several facets of the production line. To avoid US export controls, SMIC employed experts from Taiwan, Japan, South Korea, and Germany. When SMIC received the order for the Kirin 9000S chip, it lacked a team capable of assisting chip design engineers to adapt their designs to the product specifications. Huawei ended up having to adapt on its own, showcasing its ability to innovate independently. It was not just about selling phones, it was more. This technology was so important that the Chinese government provided significant financial support to Huawei and SMIC, with Huawei receiving 6.55 billion RMB and SMIC 6.88 billion RMB in state subsidies over the past 3 years. This money is equivalent to about $1 billion for each company. This funding from the Chinese government helped compensate for the high costs of chip production. If you find it hard to believe that BYD poses a real threat, let's compare similar models from BYD and Tesla. The BYD seal is very much like the Tesla Model 3, but about $2,000 cheaper and with more features. Check this out. As you can see, the BYD seal has a more powerful powertrain, accelerates faster, and has a range of 570 kilometers or 354 miles, compared to the Model 3's 513 kilometers or 318 miles. That's not all. In terms of the future, you can see that BYD possibly offers more than Tesla does. Tesla does not offer Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, heads-up display, and digital instrumentation. Many users have been asking for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto to be incorporated into Teslas. After all, it's becoming the standard for all newer vehicles. All those features are offered by the BYD seal. Another thing is that Tesla only gives a 4-year warranty, while BYD gives almost double that with a 6-year or 150,000 kilometer warranty. It is clear what BYD is doing here. They recognize Tesla as their competition, and they are going for the jugular. Now, this is where it gets more interesting. We are likely to see the Chinese government step in to help BYD win this race. Remember how President Trump stepped in to stifle Huawei with that absolute ban in 2020? Well, based on the past, we could expect this level of brutal competition in the future. We are already seeing some restrictions, especially from China. China's influence on the global supply of rare earth metals is a critical factor in the electric vehicle manufacturing industry, particularly for the United States. Rare earth elements are essential in the production of various high-tech products, especially EVs, due to their unique magnetic, luminescent, and electrochemical properties. It may interest you to know that China is the world's largest producer of rare earth elements, accounting for about 60% of global extraction and an even higher percentage of processing. This dominance gives China significant leverage over the supply of these materials. The US EV industry relies heavily on rare earth metals for components like electric motors and batteries. China's potential to restrict these materials could lead to supply chain disruptions, increased costs, and delays in production for US EV manufacturers. In response to the vulnerability of relying on a single source, the US has been taking steps to diversify its supply chain. This includes funding decisions to develop domestic extraction and processing capabilities for rare earths. Additionally, the US is looking to reduce reliance on China by sourcing minerals from allied nations. The control over rare earth metals is not just an economic issue, but also a strategic one. BYD continues to make moves to attempt to establish itself as the EV king. The company will soon become the first Chinese automaker to have factories in Europe. This is changing everything we thought we knew about Chinese manufacturers, and the effects will be felt globally and maybe in even more industries than the EV market. To stay updated, subscribe to the channel and never miss out on the best tech updates and critiques.